Okay, let's go through the basics. Don't you worry now, just because you're a simple soldier. You're now in the trusty hands of Captain Panos Karagiannis. On the table in front of you, there is a screen, and through that screen, you can control the cameras outside. Therefore, safety from enemies. Go check them. The small room next to the table is for the map. When the alarm goes beep beep, the small light corresponding to a camera will light up. That's when you should usually check the cameras. The stairs going up lead to the spotlights. There is one spotlight as you go up, and 3 more when you go to the balcony. One straight ahead, one on the left, and one on the right. Test them to see if, they work properly. Also, on each floor, you will find a locker. For storage. They're so big, you could fit a whole soldier in there. Trust me, I know. Alright, soldier. Let me explain the ventilation system to you. The air circulates through a specific path, starting from the roof and making its way down to the basement. On the first floor, there's only one vent that the air passes through. It then travels beneath the stairs and reaches the area near the basement stairs. Finally, it reaches the basement itself. Unfortunately, the ventilation fans are currently not functioning automatically. Instead, they can only be activated and deactivated manually by pressing buttons located near each vent. Your task is to inspect each button of the vents and ensure that the fans are operational. It's important to check every button and make sure the fans are working correctly. Oh, and there's another thing. The vent in the basement is busted, so it won't close. But don't you worry, we got a temporary thingy to close it off. Go on and test it out, near the basement vent. It should do the trick for now. As you may have noticed, the spotlights and the ventilation system consume a significant amount of power. It's important that you manage the power usage effectively so that you don't run out of power during your shift. There are two doors leading outside the cabin. One is next to the basement stairs. The other is opposite from that. You should prefer the door next to the basement. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You should have a flashlight on you. Try turning it on. As you go out, you see the generator room on your left. Go inside and check the fuse box. Usually the cameras trip their fuse. The barracks are opposite of you, and to a sharp left to find the church. Maybe you should light a candle every now and then. You know, for good luck. Great! I think you're getting the hang of it. Take your time to explore and settle in. Every night, you have about 2 hours before you begin your shift. You can either explore around the forest and the outpost, or begin your shift immediately by taking a quick nap. Remember, vigilance and alertness are key to a successful mission. Good luck. Comfy in your new home? Well, you better get used to it. You're going to be here for a while. On the right of the VHF radio, there is a monitor. It is connected with the cameras outside. The small room on the right has a sensor device, and whenever it blinks, you better start checking what's happening. The sensor is located a little further away from the view of the camera, so whatever it passes, it will appear in a moment. Check the cameras through the TV monitor for any intruders. Usually, there are just wild animals. Now, pay attention. There were reports about enemy soldiers trying to approach the outpost. On one occasion, our guy heard the nosing sensor alarm, and after a few minutes, he saw a soldier walking the path towards the outpost. When he saw him approaching the gate, he rushed to the balcony and flashed the light towards him to make the poor bastard take the hint that we noticed him. After that, the enemy just disappeared out of nowhere. Comfy in your new home? Well, better get used to it. You're going to be here for a while. On the right of the VHF radio, there is a monitor. It's connected to the cameras outside. The small room on the right has a sensor device, and whenever it blinks, you better start checking what's happening. The sensor is located a little further away from the view of the camera, so whatever it passes, it will appear in a moment. Check the cameras through the TV monitor for any intruders. Usually, there are just wild animals. Now, pay attention. There were reports about enemy soldiers trying to approach the outpost. On one occasion, our guy heard the nosing sensor alarm, and after a few minutes, he saw a soldier walking the path towards the outpost. When he saw him approaching the gate, he rushed to the balcony and flashed the light towards him to make the poor bastard take the hint that we noticed him. After that, the enemy just disappeared out of nowhere, like a ghost. Weird, huh? The ventilation system down in the basement is a mess. There's a huge hole down there that they still haven't bothered to fix, even after 5 years. Instead, they fenced it off with a mechanical door that consumes a ton of power. So, we have to keep it open most of the time, and only close it on emergencies. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. For now, just be aware of the situation, and remember, stay vigilant.
June, entry 11. Today I arrived in Mount Abtos at 11 a.m. sharp. Me and the rest of the company seem to work well together. I guess time will tell.
You should feel proud. This one's a hard post, according to other soldiers. Many quit because they were seeing stuff. Those wings don't deserve to hold a post like that. So, getting scared yet? Remember your training, soldier. Don't piss your panties now. There was a soldier here whose wife passed away. She claimed he could see her ghostly figure, even from the cameras. He swore she was inside the outpost, and he would hide in the lockers every time she was approaching. One time, the light flickered for a moment when she was near. When they stopped, the poor guy was so relieved. Can you imagine? Seeing your deceased loved one like that. Anyway, I just think the poor guy got scared and let his mind get the better of him. We don't need cowards like that. Oh, and about that vent I was telling you yesterday, just make sure to close it when the little girl... should feel proud. This one's a hard post, according to other soldiers. Many quit because they were seeing stuff. Those wimps don't deserve to hold a post like that. So, getting scared yet? Remember your training, soldier. Don't piss your panties now. There was a soldier here whose wife passed away. He claimed he could see her ghostly figure, even from the cameras. He swore she was inside the Avanpost, and she would hide in the lockers every time she was approaching. One time, the lights flickered for a moment when she was near. When they stopped, the poor guy was so relieved. Can you imagine seeing your deceased loved one like that? Anyway, I just think the poor guy got scared and let his mind get the better of him. We don't need cowards like that. Oh, and about that vent I was telling you yesterday, just make sure to close it when the little girl...